The Bible reveals in the book of John chapter 4 verse 24 that God is spirit, and that they that worship him will have to worship him in spirit and in truth. It is your spirit that God, who is spirit, can contact.
If you want to know about God, his workings, his administration, his processes, his will, just watch this personality. If you see him and read him very well, everything that God is doing, you will know it, because it's the administrative nerve of the conclave of the Godhead. Saying him was life.
Well, I need to show you how to begin a spiritual year. Because just like everything is a cycle, and there are principles on how to mobilize the cycle to commence, you must know what you need to do in order to commence a spiritual cycle. It is because of this I'd like to invite you to the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 1, verse 1 to 3. There was a certain man of Ramathaim Zophim. These are the names I'm talking about. Of Mount Ephraim, and his name was Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Elihu, the son of Tohu, the son of Zuph, an Ephrathite. And he had two wives, and the name of the one was Anna, and the name of the other Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Anna had no children. And this man went up, please take note, he went up out of his city yearly, underline yearly, to worship and to sacrifice unto the Lord of hosts in Shiloh. Now you will notice that there is yearly in that scripture, and I'm trying to describe to you the things we need to do in order to commence a spiritual year. Just like my wife said that an academic year begins in September, so a spiritual year begins the moment you do this, which this guy does yearly. So what does he do yearly? He goes to worship. I hope I've told you that in order for you to accomplish worship, you must take one of the things that are due to God and you present it to him. That is worship. Notice that in this yearly worship, what he goes to present to God is what? It's a sacrifice. One of the things due to God, you must take it as you proceed to worship. Okay, go to verse 21, which is my emphasis, and that's where I'm going to stop for the night. 21. And the man Elkanah and all his house went to offer unto the Lord his yearly sacrifice and his vow. That yearly sacrifice there is first fruit. So he goes to commence his spiritual year by going to God with first fruit. The moment he has given first fruit, it means that he has reactivated the covering of God over his life for that year. That whereas others might die by Boko Haram, die by bomb, die by blight, he will not die by those. It is only when his days are accomplished that he can sleep with his fathers. So the question is, have you been really conscious about activating your spiritual year? That's why most of us end the year the way we started. There's no wisdom in our ways. He goes yearly with his sacrifice and his vow. That's how he goes to Shiloh. It's something deliberate. And he goes there not just with the sacrifice, he goes there with a vow. I don't have time to talk about vows, because the average Christian today is vowless. And that's why we lack the skills on how to move the hand of God. You are confronted with the wall of Jericho, something that is humanly impossible, something that is impregnable. There are skills that you can put to work that can move God's sovereign hand. The man is going to trade with God. He's going to do business with God. He leaves his city and he journeys to Shiloh. He goes there with the sacrifice of first fruit. He also goes there to make vows and to redeem vows. so that he can get God's commitment. There might be famine, but his own lands will be watered. There might be bloodshed, but his children will survive. There might be disaster, but he will look upon it on the right and the left, and he will be spared. It is when you know this truth that you will hear tales of woe only from afar. And it will be said concerning you, when they shall say there is a casting down, you will say, what? There is a lifting up.